Hello. Today I'm going to help you guys out. I know we're having a little bit of trouble with finding the values of trigonometric functions when we have special angles. So we're going to talk about the steps that we need to do in order to find the values, and also show two examples that hopefully will help you guys out. So first off, let's start off with the steps that we need to do. First thing we're going to do is draw out the given angle. No matter what trig function is, you want to draw out that angle. Second, we want to draw the reference triangle and also find the reference angle. That angle will allow us to determine what type of triangle we have, if we have a reference angle. Third, we're going to use that to find the x, y, and r values. And finally, we're going to use those x, y, and r values to determine, and the definition of the given trig function to determine the value of the trig function. So let's take a look at a first example. We have the sine of 240. Again, first thing we're going to do is draw out 240 degrees. All we need is a little rough sketch. So 90, 180, 240 is somewhere over here. Step 1. Next, we're going to draw out the reference triangle and find the reference angle. So reference triangles, we always take and draw a perpendicular line from the terminal side and draw it up to the x-axis. Makes a right triangle. There's our reference triangle. Now we need to find the reference angle. And the reference angle, remember, is the angle measured between this x-axis and this terminal side. Well, in this case, if that is 240, if we get rid of this 180 of it, we'll be left with that reference angle. So the reference angle equals 240 degrees minus 180 degrees. And that works out to be a reference angle of 60 degrees, which is right here. Now if I have a 90 degree and a 60 degree, the third angle has to be a 30 degree angle. Now remember from geometry, opposite the 30 degree angle is a side length of 1. Opposite 60 degrees is a side length of square root of 3. And opposite 90, or your hypotenuse, is 2. We have to remember, though, we're in quadrant 3. So x is negative, y is negative. Okay, so now let's write out our values. X equals negative 1, y equals negative root 3, and r equals 2. Final step here, use the values and the definition. Well, we have sine here. Sine is y over r, which means our y value is negative root 3, our r value is 2. So the sine of 240 degrees equals negative square root of 3 over 2. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. In this example, I gave you a quadrantal angle, or an angle measure that turns out to be on one of the axes. So let's take a look at that one. First, draw out the given angle. 180 degrees. Here's your initial side. 180 degrees is all the way over here. Now, here's the problem. We can't draw a reference angle here because we have a quadrantal angle. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick a point on this terminal side. Doesn't matter where I draw it, but I'm going to draw a point. And I need an x and a y coordinate. Because I'm going to the left, my x is changing and it's getting more negative. So let's make it a nice easy number of left 1, or negative 1 for x. No up or down movement, so y is 0. Well, negative 1, 0 has an r value of 1. Matter of fact, all quadrantal angles, r value is 1. So when we write this out, x equals negative 1, y equals 0, and r equals 1. Okay. Final step, use the values and the definition. Well, the definition of cochange is x over y, which is negative 1 over 0. Anytime you divide by 0, it's undefined, which means the cotangent of 180 degrees is in fact undefined. There's an example of one with a reference triangle and one that's a quadrantal angle. and how we find the values. Hopefully this helps you guys out in doing some of these problems. Have a great day.